we go. All right, you guys, let's do this. So I'm really excited because this call, I want to break down how you are going to make 30K by Christmas. Okay. So we're gonna do some goal setting. We're gonna do some like dreaming and all the things, but I want y'all to understand, like I say it time and time again, I work with the CEOs, right? So I hope that everybody in here is ready to do what it takes to see the big money. Y'all put big bucks in the comments if y'all are here for this, okay? The first thing I always want to go over, and so if you have not watched my other coaching calls, I kind of went over that too. But I'm not a techie person. Okay. So if you have any questions about setup or about like domains and Stripe and, anything that is tech related, all of that can be answered inside of the community, right? We've got 2 tech calls a week. We had one today. We'll have another one on Thursday. Like they're always twice a week. You can always get access to those inside of the school calendar. And then you also get access to the replays inside of school in the classroom. And then utilize the heck out of that search bar, you guys. Like seriously, the search bar was my BFF because I never had any kind of mentorship going into this. And so it's part of why I like to do these calls too. I don't have to, and you guys need to understand that, right? Because like this is your business. So when I say I work with the CEOs, if you're on here, you are doing a step to take action. Okay. So I always want to preface that and say this is not a tech call. Keep that in mind when we do Q&A at the end. And also please try to hold your questions till the end, because if you've been on any of my lives before, you know that I go squirrel brain. And so if I see those popping up, I'm going to be like, woo, like just kind of all over the place. It's part of why I have a whole thing of notes. So I hope y'all are ready. Okay. Also, I want to preface this too. Make sure you're mindful of like sending me messages as well, because I literally get hundreds of messages. And so this is why I want to encourage y'all. I should be your last resort, right? We have a community of 40,000 people in there. And so you are so much more likely to get your answer or your question answered inside of there. And another thing that I want to encourage you guys to do, because I have not talked about this yet, find an accountability partner. And when I'm saying this, make sure it is somebody positive. Okay. Because this needs to be somebody, and it can be anybody inside the community, right? Anybody. But make sure this person is somebody that is going to lift you up. So if they're coming to you and they're like, yeah, I haven't had any success, and I've been in this for like 2 months. And I mean, you can tell right away if somebody is like going to bring you down. This person needs to be somebody that is going to raise the bar higher for you, and challenge you to be better, right? Accountability partners are great, like in all aspects of life, but especially when it comes to this. And so, you know how they say like you should be sitting with the people that you want to be like, right? Find somebody in there that you kind of want to be like and make them your accountability partner. Okay. Yeah. And I love this. I love it. I see it in the comments too, you guys. If y'all want to find each other in here, I am so here for that. I love it. Okay. Also, keep in mind, nobody is going to want this as bad as you do for yourself, right? And so what I mean by this kind of circles back to the whole, like having that CEO mentality. You need to be somebody who is going to take the bull by the horns and run with this. That means utilizing the search bar for your questions. That means bouncing ideas off of your accountability partner. That means maybe finding not just an accountability partner, but finding a group of people, and you might all be like, hey, let's hop on each other's lives and hype each other up, because I know that there's people who are struggling with lives, right? Where maybe you're only getting like 2 or 3 people on there. Get a group of you together. I mean, look how many people are in here. get a group of you together so then you're able to follow each other, you're able to hop on each other's lives, and anytime you are on anybody's live in the community, it should only be positive support, y'all. It should not be, well, I haven't made a sale in X amount of time, or it shouldn't be, oh, I've been in this like for this long, and you know the training's really great but I'm not having success. That's negative. Okay, even if that's where you're at right now, if you are speaking that onto somebody's live, it's not going to help you, and it's sure not going to help them, because when they are live, they're doing their income producing activities. So find a group of people and help each other with that. Okay, now let's get into the good stuff. All right, we ready? So 30K by Christmas. I want y'all to visualize this, okay? You have to visualize it. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to go and make a vision board. I'm not that kind of person, but I could visualize. Like when I started this July of last year, I was visualizing a complete, like financially free Christmas where I could be that yes mom, where I didn't need to say, oh, well, you know, I know that you want this, but it's like out of our budget. Like think about, and even if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever it is coming up for you at the end of the year, visualize it. Okay. Like this goes into the whole manifestation. You need to think about what you want to do with that 30K. But then we're going to break this down a little bit, because there's a difference between having the big goals and having the baby goals. How many of you saw my post today inside of school? I like hit my baby goal this month, and I'm like ordering my dining room table. Okay, that's my baby goal, right? And I know for some people that might be like, oh, well, that's like a huge goal, you know, because it's a couple grand. But it's a baby goal for me in the terms of how much I'm averaging a month now. So think about this. Even if you haven't made a sale yet, right? So maybe your small goal is 5K. I don't want anybody, and hear me out. Hear me out. Some of you might be like, well, Victoria, I'd be happy to even make 1,200 this month. That was me in the beginning, man. I was like, yeah, like if I can make 1,200, I'm going to be doing really good. No, I want you to push yourself a little above that. So nobody's baby goal should be less than $5,000. I want you to write this number on your paper for the month. Okay. We're talking like going into October now. What is your goal for the month? What is your baby goal? But then I also, we have what? We have a week left for September, right? I want y'all to write a baby goal for September, a financial goal. But then I also want you to write a goal for something you will reward yourself with. How many of y'all are incentive driven? I don't know about you guys, but that dining room table, I was freaking motivated, man. Of course I could get that like well before I hit 20 grand this month, right? However, like it's a reward. You have to make sure that you are not just buying something because all of a sudden you can afford it, right? So if I made my first 3 sales and then I went and I bought my dining room table, where's the incentive for me to work my tail off the rest of the month? You know what I mean? It's not there. And so set a financial goal for yourself for the end of September and a financial goal for October. Okay. And then break it down for November, break it down for December. You need to have, and y'all, these can be small things. Like maybe there's a pair of shoes you want to go buy. You know, maybe you would love to get a new laptop. Maybe you would love to get a new phone. Think small, because these are your baby goals. Getting a new car, getting a new house, those are the big ones. Okay. So we can dream for that down the road. And so maybe make like a small goal for I love that. Who said my reward will be microblading? Yes, that was one of mine in the beginning. I got my brows. Well, I can't do microblading. I can't do the needles. So I mean, I did the powder brows, and even that, she's like, oh, the pain level is, most people say the pain level is only like a 2. And I'm sitting there like cringing, like dying the whole time. It's the reason I don't have tattoos, man, because I totally would. Anyway, sorry, side note. But yeah, set those baby goals, and share those with your accountability partner. Okay. So then as y'all are having that accountability, be asking yourself, like checking in with each other, even once a week, saying like, where are you at for this month? Where are you at with your goal? What have you done maybe different that's working, and all of these things. Okay. So you should be setting income goals, but then also set your reward. Your reward is what you will reward yourself with when you hit those goals. Okay. And if you are not at the $900 program, is there anybody in here who is not at the 900? Anybody? I'll wait and see if you guys say anything. I also need to take a drink. So is everybody in here at 900? Okay. Well, for anybody that watches this on the replay, if you are not at the 900 yet, that should be your very first goal. Okay. Your very first goal should be to upgrade as quickly as you can, because that is going to make you the most money. Okay. So all of that is like your goal setting, right? Now we're going to get into the numbers, and then we'll get into the how. So breaking down the numbers, we have 13 weeks, and I'm doing this, I did the math for this based off of when Christmas is, okay? And so this is just based off of Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever, like you can just do math for yourself, okay? 13 weeks until Christmas. That means that if we want to make 30K by Christmas, that means that we need to make roughly $2,300 a week. That comes out to about 3 sales a week. Okay. Of course, 3 sales a week is going to put you a little above that. And so always aim higher. All right. 3 sales a week, you guys, that should be easy following what I'm about to give you. Totally doable, right? Totally doable. Now, here's the second thing I'm going to ask you. How many of you are committed to doing what I'm giving you for the 2-hour workday every single day for the next 90 days? If so, put no excuses in the comments, because I've said this so many times. I've said it so many times, y'all. What have I said so many times? Now I've like, my brain just went like, whoop. Oh, there we go. I've said it so many times that there is always going to be somebody else that is doing this who has a bigger excuse than you do, right? So, I mean, it could be anything. Like, remember, I've got like 3 little boys, and if one of them's sick, I'm still showing up. I could very easily be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to do it today. And this is not to, I don't want, I want to put this lightly. Of course, there's going to be things that are going to happen in life, and life is going to happen, and blah, 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 whatever. Like, for example, for me, I took a lot of time off this summer. We were moving. My husband was away. I was on my own with the boys. You hear my excuses? These are all my excuses right now. But I own that, right? And so I know that my sales were less over the summer, but it's because of the decision that I made to work less. So just keep that in mind, that if you are working less and you are not as consistent, it's going to show. It will absolutely show in your sales. Okay. So, goal number 1. So this is the very first thing that you should do. If you are not already there, get to 1,000 followers. How many of you are not at 1,000 yet? How many of you are not at 1,000? Or I should rephrase. How many of you are not able to go live yet? Is everybody able to go live? Because it's not always 1,000. That's okay. That's okay. You're not set up yet. Ooh, you are like baby beginner. I love it. Yes, I love it. It's okay. It's totally fine. Okay. So if you are not able to go live yet, that should be your first focus, like the first thing that you focus on as soon as you are set up. First, get set up, right? But then you're going to focus on getting getting able to go live, the way that I always recommend this, and of course everybody's going to be different. Michelle doesn't talk about Grow Lives. I utilize them on every account that I've had just to be able to go live. Okay. And it's worked for me. Do you get creepers? Yeah. Do you get like all the weirdos? Yeah. Like, but my goal has always been get to a place where I can go live and then focus on attracting my ideal customer. And so it's why I recommend Grow Lives, and I talk about this in my other trainings. So yeah, do that. If you have not watched my other trainings, watch them. I go more into depth on how to get to 1,000 followers. Okay. So this is what you're going to do every day until Christmas. Don't stop at Christmas, but you know what I mean? You can take Christmas off. It's fine. Like, who am I? I'm not your boss. I'm not telling you like, oh, you can have time off. No. Take time off if you need to take time off. Heck, man, we're about to head to the mountains, and you better believe, like, my husband and I are getting a cabin for 2 days. I'm taking time off. All right. Anyway, okay. So every day you are going to make 2 to 3 pieces of content. Now, hear me out. If you need to batch record, that's fine. I should say every day you're going to be posting 2 to 3 pieces of content. And I'm going to go a little further into this because I know y'all are sitting there like, yeah, Victoria, I've heard this. I know this, 2 to 3 pieces of content, right? Plus a live every single day. All right. That means that if there's one day where you're like busier than usual, maybe your live is like 20, 30 minutes. I never recommend lower than 30 minutes if possible. And actually, so I have not played with this yet, but I've been reading a lot about TikTok is really starting to push out lives at that 90-minute mark, which is crazy because I'm like, I've never live for 90 minutes. And so this past week I've been trying, but it's so funny because you can't see like the time. I've found it before, you know, like the timestamp that says, oh, you've been live for this amount of time or whatever. And so every time I'm ending my live, when I think I've already hit the 90-minute mark, the last 2 days, it's like, you were live for 1 hour and 28 minutes. And I'm like, dang it. And then the day before it was like, you were live for 1 hour and 25 minutes. And I'm like, But so that is something that they are, I've heard they're pushing out. There was a girl that I saw, she actually just went to like some TikTok convention and she gave like all the tea on this. Anyway, I wish I would have saved that video. Dang, I wish I would have saved it. But this is where I got a lot of like my knowledge on. Okay. So yeah, you're going to post 2 to 3 pieces of content every single day, and you're going to go live minimum 30 minutes. If you're able to stay on for 90 minutes, cool. It's going to push it out, right? The other thing that I will tell you, like, as far as that goes, don't overthink the lives. Like, if you're like sitting on there, of course, if you're sitting on there and there's like nobody on, you don't need to sit there all awkward. Go watch my other trainings though, where I spell out for you like how I get engagement and things like that on my lives. Another thing that speaking of engagement, another thing TikTok is really prioritizing right now. They are pushing more people's content and videos out who they see engaging. They want you to be an active like person on the platform. That means that you need to be commenting a minimum of 4 words. Do not comment emojis on people's videos, okay? A minimum of 4 words on people's emojis, on people's videos, okay? It means that you need to be liking, that you need to be following, you need to be saving. I don't repost anything. And I mean, honestly, I don't really like to because, and I wouldn't recommend it to y'all either, because typically if you're reposting something, then that could like lead somebody else to them. You know what I mean? And you don't want them like taking your customer, not taking, but like you're basically saying, hey, look at this person instead of me, you know? So I wouldn't recommend reposting just because we are in sales. And so you don't want that happening. Okay. But yeah, engagement. So make sure you're doing those things. Make sure you watch a video all the way through. That means that if you need to hold, like, you can just press the screen when you're watching a video, and it'll fast forward it. So it'll like 2x the speed. If you just press the screen, it'll make it go faster. Okay. But that way you're able to watch it all the way through. That helps that person, but it also shows TikTok that you are engaging. Hey Ashley, these are like, I don't know. It like, I think they all vary. I would say most are between an hour and 90 minutes. Yeah. No, you're good. Okay, but then these are the things you're going to post each week. Actually, I'm going to spell it out by the day. Okay. So each day, make one or two. If you're posting 3 times a day, then you can either do 1 or 2 of a 5 or 7 second video clip. Y'all, don't overthink this, okay? This can be you sitting here with a cup of coffee and staring off in the distance. Like, this is the TikTok generation that we're living in, okay? It's ridiculous. This is what are we? It's like Gen Alpha now. I don't know. Like, I don't even know what generation this is, but this is what they like. Okay. This is like their platform and we're living with them. Okay. But they like the 5 seconds. No, it's not Gen Z yet. Well, not yet, but it's Gen Alpha, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this is what TikTok likes. They love the 5 and 7 second video clips. So you could literally like do a little dancey dance if that's you, if that's something that you want to do, or y'all have seen those like dumb, silly little voiceover clips that I do. If you are wanting to know how I'm finding those, I went over that in my last video, but I will tell you again, a lot of them I'm just finding on my FYP. And so what I'm doing is like, if I'm scrolling, I'm only interacting with digital marketers, right? But I'll find little voiceover clips that they're doing and I'll just save it and I'll record it later. Or TikTok, like if they see you watch one of those 5 or 7 second videos, then if you're going to create a piece of content and if you select the 15 seconds, then those sounds will typically come up in your recommended sounds. Okay. So if you like select 15 seconds and then you go click add sound and you look at the recommended sounds, a lot of them are going to be right there because they're going to fall under the 15-second category. What do you mention in those short video clips? Oh, I just kind of play with it. Like there was one I did yesterday with what song? I can't remember what song it was, but it's the one that's like la 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 whatever, la 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 doesn't matter, like that one, la 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 oh well. And I just kind of, I don't know, what did I do? I was like, I titled it what people think they need going into an online business or starting an online business. And so I just put like la la la, like they think that they need a network. And I said, whatever, and then yada, yada, yada. I need, oh my gosh, I need to like spam friends and family. And, you're like saying, no, they don't need to do it. So just kind of play with it. And if you need ideas, y'all look at my page. I don't care if you like, literally, I don't care if you take something and you rephrase it and make it your own. Okay. Just be mindful that you put your own spin on it. Because you never want to like, I don't know, you never want things to come across like it's unoriginal. You still want it to be you. But for example, even like, do y'all know Jessica Cox? I love her so stinking much. But like I made a video today because I love, there's something that she did in her video where she had like her husband introduce her, And he's like, if you are sick and tired of working 8 to 10 hours a day, you need to listen to this beautiful woman I've got right here. And so I showed that to my husband today, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, will you introduce me? Will you call me beautiful? No, but I'm like, but seriously, like, have fun with it, okay? But yeah, so that's like the 5 to 7 second videos. Like, that's what I do for the voiceovers. But then, even if like it's just playing music or something like that, like I've done ones where like I'll just be standing there with a cup of coffee or something. I almost always have a drink in my hand. But I'll just like be standing there, and you can make it like I was sick and tired of, like, there was one I posted today where I was like, I was tired of kissing my babies goodbye in the morning, and then not seeing them until 30 minutes before bedtime, and then it's like, if this is you, there's your call to action, like stay ready for more, something like that. Okay, so yeah, 2 to 3 pieces of content. So 1 or 2 of those need to be 5 or 7 second videos. Okay. And then you need to be making talking videos, friends. I know so many people overthink this. Don't overthink it, because here's the truth. 95% of your videos that you're making are just going to land on your following, and they're not going to go viral. Okay. It's always going to be the one that goes viral is going to be the one that you're just like, oh, well, this video is just okay. Post it. And then what do you know? Like, it's gone viral. Also, don't overthink this so much, because I never had a video go viral until I was like, what, 9 months in, and I had already made 200 grand. This is why I say time and time again that your content is not where you're getting the leads and followers. So stop getting hung up on that. That's what lives are for. Lives are for leads and followers. That's why you hear me say, like, I'm beating a dead horse every time I'm live. I'm like, if you're new over here, smash that follow button, go to the link in my bio, over and over. Okay. So for these talking videos, I would recommend making them between 1 and 3 minutes long. And then what you do with those videos is totally up to you. I'm going to give you a couple hooks, but remember, inside of the classroom, we have testimonies. Use those, y'all. That's what I did in the beginning. I've had so many people that have reached out asking like what the first videos were that I made. And the truth is, like, my original account got deleted because I got banned. And so I hadn't saved those videos. So I don't even have those videos. But the very first ones that I made were just like the testimony. I used those in the classroom, and I went and I would say, you guys need to hear about what my friend so and so has made in her first 2 months doing digital marketing. Check this out. Boom. Play that testimony, and then include your call to action at the end. Okay. Yolanda, I do not. Nope. I say their names. Totally say their names. And I know some people are like weird about that, but the way that I see it, I mean, I'm like, if you are willing to post a win in the classroom, then like you're kind of willing to put yourself out there, like, I don't know. It's up to you though. Like, if you want to cover their name, you totally can. I don't. It's personal preference. But yeah, so testimonies, also duets for viral ones. Okay. Viral duets. Do not just duet a video that you like, that you're like, oh, well, this sounds good to me. No, you want to only be duetting viral videos. So what I mean by that is like the videos that have over 10,000 views. And then when you look at the comments, okay, they need to be comments that are commenting the CTA, not just people from the community that are like, oh, congratulations or whatever. They need to be people that are saying info, ready, like they're dropping one, something like that. And it needs to be recent comments. That is how you will know the video is trending. Okay. Typically the way that I find those is just scroll in my FYP and then they come up. So that's part of like you being engaging. You can also constantly look at other people's videos, like Daryl, like Tim, like Amy, whoever, like Michelle, and just look and see if they have recent videos that have like trended viral, or anybody, look at your accountability partners videos, look at my videos, look at anybody's videos, and just see who's got videos that might be doing really well. But again, keep in mind, statistically, 95% of videos are going to be low. All right. It's just the truth. Until you start to get more followers, then 10,000. I saw somebody ask the number 10,000. But until you start to get more followers, like I think once you're at, I don't know, over 100,000 followers or something, then instead of it being like a 200 view average, then your average becomes like maybe 10K. I don't know. It's like, it's somewhere around there. But yeah, figure 10,000 views is trending. Okay. So duets, testimonies, and then these are hooks. I'm about to give y'all some really good hooks. You better write these down. Okay. Now keep in mind, when you are creating content, do not ever start your content with just like, hey everybody, so I did this thing today. Like, goodbye, they were gone. Okay, you need to just picture TikTok as like a bunch of squirrels. That's exactly what TikTok is. Everybody is squirrel brain. And so like if your energy is bland, and this is the truth, y'all, if your energy is bland, they're gone. And I see it happen time and time again. And I love you guys so much. But it's like, I'll be scrolling my FYP, and some of y'all, probably not those of you that are actually active on here listening, but other people, okay, their content is just like boring, mediocre, and mediocre is not going to stop somebody's scroll. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, well, Victoria, I'm very introverted. I get it, friend. I get it. But let's be real and let's have a heart to heart. Are you as introverted as you say you are with your best friend? Are you as introverted as you say you are with your mama, with your sister, with your neighbor, whoever it is that you like hang out with? Think about that. When you are recording a video, think about it as like you are having a FaceTime call with your bestie, okay? Because the truth is you have no idea who is sitting on the other side of the screen, okay? And so you need to picture that when you're recording your content, okay? So think about scroll stopping hooks. And I went over this in my last video. We talked about auditing, and because I've had so many people that ask me like, can I audit your content? Y'all, this goes back to the whole thing. I have hundreds of people. If I were to audit someone's content even for 5 minutes, like that adds up really, really fast, right? And so it's why I want to teach y'all how to do it yourself. And so if you go and you look at your own videos, I mean, you'll be able to tell right away. Think about the things that make you stop your scroll for somebody else. What is it? What is it that the person that you got your program from, what made you stop and listen to them? Think about that, okay? Think about visually, like your lighting. Visually, is there a mess in the background? Like this is literally the only time that my house is clean, when I am like sitting here and I'm not kidding. It was a lot more chaotic like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, so think about those things, okay? Here's your hooks that I want y'all to write down. Now, this one is like parental. Okay, so if your target audience is maybe like, and think about this in terms of like who your target audience is. Okay, so maybe this one isn't for you. But like one that I'm going to use is like, are you the mama that's tired of kissing her babies goodbye before you leave for work, and then you get 30 minutes with them when you come home? because that is not just are you a stay-at-home mom? That's hitting a pain point, y'all. That's a pain point for a lot of people. That's a pain point for a lot of moms that are sick and tired of losing out on like seeing their baby's first steps. And you need to go that deep into your content, not just so focused on the surface level. Okay, you're talking to moms. Okay, you're talking to grandmas. Okay, you're talking to, people that want to leave their job. Think about the pain points in your target customer. Okay. Another one like could be if you are a grandparent, reverse it, right? So saying, are you the grandma who's tired of going to work instead of baking cookies with your grandkids? Right? Like, again, you're hitting that pain point. All right, I'm going to give you some that are a little more general. Okay, so this is always a really big one. Stats, y'all. You can literally go and Google any statistic. Google a statistic for like how many people, I did this one, how many people are being laid off every single, was it 55,000 a day? I think is like what I found, which is crazy, by the way, like absolute insanity. But you can start with a hook like that, where you're saying, did you know that 55,000 people are being laid off every single day? Right? What's going to happen there? You are talking to people directly who might have that fear. Okay. And maybe they don't have a backup plan. And so then, you're going to go into that and develop your content that way, like I went over in my other calls. Okay. This one, what if there was an easy way to ... Fill in the blank. What if there was an easy way for you to stay home with your babies and make an income online? What if there was an easy way to learn how to make a 6-figure income and travel the world? Like whatever you want that to look like. Okay. The next one. Ever wonder why blank says you need blank? Okay, so one that I wrote down for this was, ever wonder why society says that you need college? Right? And then, going back into the stats, like a kind of along the lines of the whole college thing, y'all hear me talk about this on my lives. I mentioned it almost every single time, that statistically only 41% of people actually use their degrees. So that's another stat that you can use. Only 41% of people use their degrees. And so you could start with that hook, right? And say, did you guys know that 41% of people actually use their degrees, but society says that that's what you got to do to make a good income, right? It's controversial, and TikTok loves controversy. The beautiful thing, if you are creating content that is controversial, is it is going to fuel engagement, by the way. And so like if you are making a bold claim, you're more likely to get more engagement. Like, I mean, even if you say like, I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but you don't need to go to college to make 6 figures. There's going to be people that are like, no, you do. And they might hop on your video and comment that. And that's okay. It's okay if you're getting like some, pushback on things that you're putting out, because your goal is engagement, right? And then here's another one for you. Here's why blank fail at blank. Okay, so it's a little negative, but again, it's kind of controversial, right? So you're saying, for example, you could say, here's why so many people are failing at digital marketing. Ooh, what's going to happen there? What's going to happen there? Anybody that is thinking about starting, they're going to be like, oh, well, like, how will I know if I won't fail? And I made a whole video about that. In the flip side, the other day, I made a video that said, here's how you can know if you will or will not succeed with digital marketing. Flip side, right? Now, keep in mind, we can never guarantee somebody an income, but we can absolutely tell them what it takes. Even like with this call, like the calls that I'm doing, I can't guarantee you anything because I don't know you and I don't know your work ethic, right? But I can give you all the tools and tips and knowledge and everything I've got bottled up in here that has helped me succeed. And then you have it all at your fingertips to go and make it happen now. All right. So here's why blank fail at blank. Okay. And then the last one I'm going to give you, I tested blank, so you don't have to. And this is what I thought about it. Like you could go into like, all right, I tried that legacy builder program and this is what I thought about it. And so you're immediately going to get people that are like, oh, I've been thinking about doing this. Tell me about it. Like, what's she got to say? And you can be like, you know, I honestly thought that this was going to be a big old SCAM. Oh, here's another hook for you. That's a contradiction hook. And I love seeing videos that start this way. I've actually done a video that started this way too. If you like put in big bold letters when you say this too, and you say digital marketing is a scam, right? And then I go into like, that's everything that I thought when I first was looking at this. I called it a scam. I said that there's no way. I said that it sounds too good to be true. I said, it's not the way my mama taught me I'm supposed to make an income. And I saw this girl talking about how she made 40 grand in 2 months doing this digital marketing thing. And I called it every name in the book. But here's the truth about like what it actually is. And then you're explaining how it's not that. Okay. So you're starting with a contradiction that's going to get somebody to stop their scroll and listen to you. But then you're diving deeper into explaining. Okay. So here's the other way that you are going to get to those 3 sales a week that are going to lead you to that 30K. Okay. You are going to do everything you possibly can to get people on the webinars. Y'all, this is why I was so hyped up talking about this yesterday, because we have a webinar tomorrow. So if you want to make $900 by the weekend, I'm going to challenge you right now to try to go get 5 people on that call tomorrow. And so, yes, this is last minute because it's like, what time tomorrow? It's 1 p.m. tomorrow, I think. And so this could be like messaging a friend or family. This could be making a Facebook post. This could be hopping off of here right now and going live and talking about it, right? Go live and tell people, you guys, this is what I found. And here's what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're spelling it all out. Tomorrow, you're going to hear from other 6- and 7-figure income earners. You're going to learn from them and how they've made 6- and 7-figure incomes. Like, you're going to hype up the calls. Lindsay, so no. And if you already have email links, if you already have leads, go into school and go into classroom, search newsletter, and you will send out a newsletter. It's going to teach you how to make one. Like my newsletters, I kind of make myself. Michelle has them all set up. So if you go into classroom, it's like one of the first posts that she has penned about the webinar. And she's got a link right there for the newsletters too. But then if you search newsletter, it's going to show you how to create one. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, do everything in your power, because when I tell y'all webinars are money, tell me in the comments if you watched a webinar before you started. How many of you did? I did. And I'm telling y'all right now, the webinar is what sold me. A lot of you didn't. I'm shocked. Yep. But a lot of you did. Exactly. Okay. This is proof that webinars do work, right? And it's because it's going to give your prospects all of the information that they need. And then it's going to convert to sales. It's going to help convert to sales. Okay. The last thing I'm going to end with today is I get questions a lot on hashtags. Let's talk hashtags. Because people are like, well, what hashtag should I use? What hashtag should I not use? Here's what's going to happen. If you go and you type like a hashtag, for example, like hashtag make money online or something like that. If you see that it has like 1.8 billion searches, don't use it. Because then what's going to happen is the higher the search for those hashtags, it's just going to put you, like your video, into a pool with everybody else. So if somebody searches that hashtag, it's going to be so much harder for them to find your video. So instead of putting like, I don't know, I'm thinking about this right now, like how to make money online, which is like really general. Maybe you put how to make money online in 2024, or how to make money online for moms, or, you know, kind of play around with them. I would say the ones that are lower than 100K are the best. But anything that is lower than 1 million is probably your safe bet. Okay. Any like hashtags that are over 1 million, it's just putting you in a pool of people. So don't overthink the hashtags. Like seriously, there is no secret. And this is why I even made a video like talking about how there really is no secret to going viral. There's not. And there's so many people that are going to say it's in SEOs, it's in, you know, putting like search things on the screen, it's in you know, like putting a trending sound and silencing it. Like there's no secret, you guys, because TikTok is just like a lottery. And so every time you're making a video, it's just grouped into this pool, and it's just gonna randomly shuffle which ones go viral. So it's really like luck of the draw. That's why I tell you not to overthink it so much, especially when it comes to reporting, because like most people aren't gonna see it. Anyway, so yeah, and that's why I say too, to focus less on content and more on lives. Like 100%. If you're like, okay, well, I could only make one video a day, like one video today, that's fine. Make your one video and go live, because lives are where you're going to get leads. Lives will be where you're getting followers. Okay. All right. I'm going to open for Q&A. If you are new on my call, this is how I do it. Because before, how I had it done before, like with having people unmute, the call ended up going like 4 hours. So the easiest way to do this is put your questions in the comments. And I will just kind of read through and address them there. Let me see. Does it matter if you change around hashtags? Fiona, I don't think so. I play with hashtags like almost every day. Do lives stay on TikTok or go poof? So you can find your lives. So if you go to, is it like TikTok Studio, Creator Studio, something like that? Yeah, like, and that's where all of your lives are. This is a great question, because you guys, this is also another really easy way to make a piece of content. And I'm so glad you brought this up. Because you can clip a live. So you can clip like a minute. And actually, if you go into that TikTok Creator Studio or something like that, it'll automatically have those clipped for you. Play around with it. I've done that. Play around with that. And you can post that as like a piece of content and just throw a CTA on there. Yeah. Clipping videos, I went over that in my last call. If I can't go live on my new account, should I use my old account? Yes. Well, like, yes, but I would still focus on getting to a place where you can go live ASAP, like on your new account. Lisa, how do you start your lives? I went over all of that on my last call. Have you watched my other calls yet? Because I think it's the second call that I go more into depth with that. Like, I give you my whole breakdown of what I talk about on my lives. I don't have a clickable link, nor do I have the option to do a sticker on my lives. What's the best option to have less friction for people to get into my email? Why don't you have the option to do the sticker, Carrie? That's interesting. So before I like had a clickable link, I just typed out my link and I put it in my bio. So I would just tell them like the link was in my bio. So I would just say like, go to victoriasblueprint.com. Yeah, Vicky. So like, as far as clipping videos, yeah, I went over this in my last call on editing. So also, oh, y'all, let me tell you this. When you are making videos, y'all need to go watch that. If you have not watched the last video, because I talk about editing, clip the pauses out. So every time that you have a video, it seems like you're speaking seamlessly, because people don't want to like listen to the they don't want to listen to the pauses. They just want to hear you get to the point. And so like you want to say, so it should be like sentence, 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 like it flows. Okay. And so I went over that in my last call, how to like edit that and clip that out. Let me see. Hang on, I'm scrolling up. I don't use repurpose. Nope. For the email campaigns, once my leads have reached all 13 automated emails, do I create new ones? Nope. You don't have to. I did in the beginning, and then when we switched over to Legacy, I stopped. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. So do any of you contact your warm market first before you do anything else, even though we say no cold messaging? You don't have to. You really, really don't have to. I got really excited. And so in the beginning, I made a post over on Facebook and I told people what I was doing. And that, for me, that was what started people saying like, oh, well, Victoria, you're probably going to be really successful with this because you were successful with MLM. And because you have a warm market. And so I am the kind of person where that takes me as that's a challenge for me. And so that's why I decided to do everything over on TikTok, because I wanted to prove to people you don't need a warm market to be successful. You don't need a following. And so you know how like when you go and create a TikTok account, you can select like, are you going to like add your contacts or whatever? I clicked no, because I'm like, I want this to be totally organic to prove to people that it's possible. Hang on, let me go back up. I started a new account with your recommendation, but having a hard time pulling away from the old one. I don't want to abandon it. Is it okay to just focus on TikTok shop on that one? Oh, yeah. And do I do a video telling people to change or just make the change? I'm torn. So I would just make sure that you have one account that is strictly digital marketing. So like if you are doing TikTok shop, that's all good and gravy. I would just keep that separate. And like make sure that you are only interacting with digital marketers on that, like on your new account. I hope that makes sense. How do I get help with setting up a System.io just for my customers who purchase? Oh, do you mean like an email list, Shanika? Just the first call. Oh, okay. I've been going live for a few weeks now, and engagement is hit or miss. And tips, I've tried the tips from the last call. Okay. How's your energy, Carrie? And how is your engagement on other people's videos? Because I've noticed even for me, y'all, I've had a dip in viewers on my lives. But I also know my engagement went down and I was not like interacting with other people the way that I had been. So I switched that up and it's helping some. Oh, hang on. Oh wait, what'd I do? Wah, wah, wah. There we go. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm scrolling up. I have a problem with manifesting because I think I'm going against what God wants. How do I know I can go live? Stupid question, but I see a red button for lives. Yeah, I had a problem with that in the beginning too. And I think for me, truthfully, because I had done the whole MLM thing and it was not for me, and I felt like really gross doing it. This is just personal, okay? Like, no, I have no problem with anybody else that's like doing it and like the way that like the Lord works through you. Okay, that's just my personal preference. But with this, I switched it to I'm literally helping so many other people like financially by doing this. And so you need to look at it that way. How do I know I can go live? Oh, so you'll get a notification. It'll be in your account history. Is my business name Positively Beautiful Life a good business name? I think so. I have my own brand. Oh, yeah. I like that. I think it's great. When I go to effects, there's no sticker. Okay. Are you hitting effects when you are live? Because I don't see the effect until I'm live. I love that y'all are following each other. Awesome. What kind of videos can we make when we're just starting and haven't made any money yet? Yeah, Jen. So I go over this in my Launch to Profit call. That's the very first one. Very first video. I give you like all the tea there. But yeah, like I said, use the duets, the testimonies, like things like that, and just sharing why you started, sharing other wins from inside the community, things like that. Do you follow back the people from the Grow Lives that are obviously creepers or just plain odd? Like I didn't really, and this comes into the whole overthinking thing, y'all. I didn't overthink it. I was just like, I didn't even look at like who followed me. Like I didn't look at their picture. I would just follow. Like I wasn't, I don't know. I followed like everybody that would follow me, and then I was just following everybody that I saw. And I've never unfollowed people. I just kept focusing in my content and going live, like speaking to my ideal customer. So yeah, I wouldn't overthink that. Is it okay to use my older videos where I was teaching about attraction marketing as one of my posts when Yolanda, I think that would be a great piece of content for you to repurpose. Like I repurpose a lot of my content. So like I'll use the exact same, not exact same verbiage, but exact same idea and just like redo it. Comments did not show up on my TikTok today, and it said I had like 453 views, but like 3 people in the actual live. Oh, that's weird. I don't know. I've never had that happen, Vicky. I feel like that would be something to ask tech support. Ooh, Celine, great question. So TikTok does not like if you use CapCut. They prioritize videos being edited inside of the app. So yeah, I edit everything in the app. On my fun account, I've posted some videos with CapCut just because I like them. But yeah. I love a good challenge. It's like watch me. Yep, exactly. Can you use the same videos you made on 2 different TikTok accounts? Hang on. Can you use the same videos you made? Oh, yes. But like, okay, so for example, when I'm making a video, like I have it set now to automatically save to my camera roll, but and like I will just take that same video and I'll post it in like my Facebook stories from time to time. I've actually been slacking posting to Facebook, but I would post it in my Facebook stories. I think there are apps. I can't think of what it's called. If anybody knows, please comment it. There's an app where you can remove a watermark. So you could try that. However, I will tell you this, like based off of the scammers that have like been taking my videos and they remove the watermarks, their videos are total duds that they are taking and like putting on their page. So I would just recommend keeping one video on each account. Thank you, Victoria, as always. You're welcome. Oh yeah, y'all, the Legacy Builder calls right now. I'm in Ireland. Hey, I want to go live at 1 p.m., which is lunch here, but very early in the US. Should I go live later or I think you're overthinking because you need to keep in mind, like, what about everybody else in Ireland? You know, what about everybody else in Europe? Like, this is global. Don't just think US. And this is why I tell people like the time for posting, the time for going live does not matter because since this is international, you're going to hit different people all over the globe. Should I delete my digital marketing videos on my old account? No. I still have my like fun account, I still have my digital marketing videos over there too. Cause like, you know how Michelle says it's real estate that's just constantly out there, right? So like you may still get interaction. So I wouldn't delete them. A new email list just for customers who purchase. Okay, let me try to figure out how to do this because like this has been, y'all, this has been the biggest headache because like I said, I'm not techie and this is why so many of y'all have not been getting the emails when I send them out. It's because like System.io, bless, like they are a blessing and a curse. Oh, hang on, I want to try to show y'all. Let me get logged in. So, hang on. I forgot my password. And then I hate that they always send me a verification code. Like, come on now. It's every single time. Every time. Does it do that for everybody else too? I hate it. I hate it. Okay. And then I have to sign in to Yahoo and blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's not my right password either. Oh my Lanta. What is my password? We couldn't verify your info. Oh. It can text me. Hang on. It's going to text me. This is such a pain. Okay. Hang on. It's texting me. 9183. Okay. Sorry, friends. Oh my gosh. Do you want to make a passkey? No, just log me in. There we go. Verification code is, okay. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to do this. Hang on. Let's see. All right, hang on. How do I flip this around? Oh, there it is. Whoop. Okay. So when you are inside of System.io, this is going to be how you will like make your own email list. So when you go to contacts, this is what I've been having to do. When you like, so I have been searching by tag. So basically you would, well, hang on, let's start with this. You'll go to tag and you will create a new tag. Oh my goodness. Y'all, it's forever slow. This is going to be my next baby goal, y'all, is a new freaking computer. It bugs the bejesus out of me. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when you come here, you click create tag. It's still loading. This is wild. So you'll make a tag name. Okay. And so then what I've done is say I go to Stripe. Hang on. Whoop. Hang on. And I go to whatever, something like this. Okay. I don't want to like show everybody's emails. Sorry. But you would click the ones that are succeeded, and then you would come over to export. Okay. And so then you would export these. And then you'll go over back to System.io. Once you have those exported, you will go to contacts. And then you will click import contacts. And so then you would import your list right here. And you would select the tag that you want. Okay. And so like I would select customers. And so then when I go and make a newsletter, over here, then like this coaching call one that I did, I would just make my newsletter, go down here. Well, no, go over here and include these tags for customers. Okay. So that way that is only being sent to customers. Whoop, that was like a lot to answer that. Sorry. But I hope that was helpful too.
No, it wasn't. It was very blurry.
It was blurry.
Completely blurry, honey. Sorry.
Okay. Shoot. I'm sorry. I'll try to I'll screen share next time. I can't screen share on here. But but yeah, basically you'll just create a new tag, and then you will go into Stripe and export your customers, add those customers as contacts inside of System, and add that tag. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me see where we're at. Hang on, y'all.
I was asking where we could find this recorded video.
I will send it out. I always send it out.
Great.
I'll probably send it out either, it probably won't be tonight, it'll be tomorrow.
It's okay. It's okay, for sure.
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, so Shelly jumping off. Yes, Lisa, 30K by Christmas. All right, Jamie, I have gone live 3 times, didn't have any interaction. I was on for 1 hour every time. I haven't gone live since. Ooh, friend, that's your problem. So even y'all, this is the thing. My first few lives, were duds. They were duds. Actually, my first live was not a dud, but I had a ton of creepers from like who knows where that were hopping on and girl, do you need a sugar daddy? Like all of those, right? And I mean, I very easily could be like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. But no, the more you do it is the more often TikTok's going to say, hey, this person's doing this. And so they want to push your content out. So even if you are not seeing interaction, keep going, because it's going to happen. Autumn, I'm so all over the place with my lives right now. Oh yeah, friend. Go through my other training because I break that down for you. Like I have a whole agenda that I do on my lives. Need to attend builders call? Yes. I have some engagement on lives. I have energy, but very rarely do people ask questions about the program. So again, go back, go watch that, y'all. So if this is like your first time hopping on my calls, I went over all of that on my other ones that y'all got the replays to. But again, like I ask them questions. Like I will say over and over, like, all right, y'all, do we want to hear about the 2-hour workday or do we want to hear cost? And here's the thing. What I tell people is like, because I lately, so many of my lives have been crickets. I will get like 50, 60 people on there and even still crickets. Like, I mean, y'all have seen, if y'all have been on my lives where I'll just be like, you guys, I'm going to put on Jeopardy music. Y'all better talk to me today. And like, and then I'll say, you know, and if you are on here and you're from DGC, go ahead and hype that up and put DGC. This is why I say y'all need to be interacting on each other's lives. Like it's the whole teamwork thing, right? The more that you do it, like other people are going to want to do it right back. Let me see. So, oh, Lindsay, you said duet it. Duet what? So do I follow people back who follow me then? Fiona, I only did in the beginning. The reason why I don't necessarily, like I do now if people ask me to. Like if you are you know, like the whole follow for follow thing or whatever. If somebody messages me and they say like, hey, can you follow me back? I'll do it. Your tips and tricks video was so worth my membership. Oh, great. Thank you. I love to hear that. Get live buddies so you have people interacting. Yes, exactly. Oh, Save Tick and OPS Clip. Oh, good to know. How do I get people to interact in my lives and how do I get people? Yeah. Jamie, so yeah, that's all in that other video. Can you post the same video on your phone? I'm not worried about watermarks because it's my video, but I do have 2 TikTok accounts now. Yeah. Here's my TikTok friends. Oh, awesome. I've had anywhere from 50 to 5. Wow, 5K. I haven't even had 5K. And it went down to like 40, 50 again. No, it's just the algorithm. I don't sweat it. You will get low views on that video if you post the same video more than, yes. Yep, exactly. Can you email the link to your phone? Oh, yes. Yes, I will do that. Yeah, I've had a lot of people asking about that. And I've had a lot of people asking about the mics that I got. Y'all, these are so cheap. I realized yesterday I don't need it because I'm so freaking loud. And I noticed like, when I did try to use it on my live yesterday, my energy went down. So, like if you like, because I didn't want to yell into it, right? But if you're naturally a quiet person, I would recommend this too. Yeah, I will send out the link to both of those. Thanks, Victoria. Great info as usual. You're welcome. Yeah, Jamie, like if you, okay, so the email that you got this call has the other, it should have the other 3 calls. But what I was saying earlier is like, so System.io, because I have such a large customer email list, sending it out, it's bouncing back a lot of emails that are Yahoo or Gmail. So this is why I'm telling y'all, like, just keep track of like when I'm talking about it on TikTok, like when I'm talking about, oh, my next coaching call is this day. The same with Facebook, things like that. How do I add people to my email list? Like, you go to System.io and contacts. You select contacts and then create contact. And then you would just select the list that you want to add them to. Where can I find this amazing recording again? I will be emailing that out probably tomorrow. Yay. Sorry, not trying to spam the chat, but I'm hoping you see this. Oh yeah, I addressed that. I've had anywhere from 50 to 5K. Yeah, it's just algorithm. Do you import daily? No, I should. How can you tell they're creepers if they don't say anything? I don't know. I don't even look into it. I honestly don't. What do I think about redirect? It's not worth it, in my opinion. Like, y'all, and this is the thing, is I feel like there is so much shiny bulb syndrome going around. And this is what happens. I will say this. I have nothing against anybody who wants to add more like knowledge. You want to add more to your plate. Kudos to you. Like, and I will never hate on anybody that does. But you don't need to. And that's the thing. So like the people that are hopping from one to another to another to another, just because they're trying to make something work that they like couldn't make work here, it's not that the process doesn't work. The process freaking works. And so it's like they're trying to make things simpler by going to all these other places. And so if that is like your plan going somewhere else, I would never encourage somebody to do that. I would encourage you to hone in and dig in where you're at. But if you want to add more like onto your plate and add more, products like to your stand store or Linktree or whatever you have, then that's okay. But I'm not that kind of person. Like I said, I go squirrel brain. Your replays have been amazing. Thank you, friend. Lindsay, you've been doing what? You said I've been doing that and still nothing. Sorry. Having an accountability partner help me with engagement. Yes. No, Shirley, I don't pay attention to the redirect Zooms. I'm so mellow. It's so hard to fake. And this is the thing, y'all, if you have not seen the very first live that I ever did, it's the video I have pinned to the top of my page on TikTok. Like I was literally the girl that was like, all right, you guys, I'm going to wait for people to hop on. Like this was literally me. And so don't get caught in the comparison game of looking at where I am now to like where you are now, because this is 8 years of growth. Okay. So like this confidence and this energy that you see, it's just grown with time. And so this is why I tell y'all, you will come out of your shell more and more over time. And especially as people are hopping on your live and they're encouraging you, and it's like this massive support system. I mean, you're gonna feel like you're going live with your best friends, you know, just kind of like talking like that. Yeah, so it'll get more comfy. Ashley, going live right now. Yay! I love that. I'm almost 2 months on TikTok. I have good engagement, only 400 followers. Yes. Grace, did you hop on late, my friend? Because I went over Grow Lives to get to 1,000 followers. Also, go watch my my first few trainings. I address all of that. You want to get to 1,000 followers in 7 days. Thank you so much, Victoria. These calls are so good. Oh, thank you, friend. Yay, Carrie, that's awesome. Oh, you're good, Kim. I'll be sending out the replay. Thank you. I completely agree. Okay. Yes. All right, y'all. We are finished, I think. I record myself over and over. And then LOL, my goofy self, then my energy. And yeah, I feel you. I feel you, friend. I have to record over and over too. All right, you guys. I love y'all so much. And I am so stinking proud of you guys for even being here. I love that Ashley said she's going to hop off and she's going to go live right now. I hope that this inspired some of y'all to go do the same thing. Remember, the webinar is tomorrow. Your challenge is to get 5 people on that call. And hear me out. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. Shake it off. If you get 1 person, that's a win, right? If you get 2 people, it only takes 1 person to make you $900, y'all. Okay, 1 person. So don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the numbers. And if you have not like hit your goal, you know, even like that baby goal that you're setting for the end of September, every day is a fresh start, you guys. Every single day. So,
Can I just say something quick?
My goal for like September was to hit 20K, and I made that goal. I think it was like September 7th, and I hit it today. I hadn't made anything really the first week of September. So just don't sweat the days. Don't look at the days that you'll have a big fat goose egg, because they're gonna be there. I have them. Everybody has them. So yeah, don't sweat that. Just keep going. All right.
Can I say something quick?
Huh?
Can I say something quick?
Yes.
My accountability partner, the guy that I bought from, he called me yesterday and he told me that Tony Robbins is speaking in Utah tomorrow now about how people should be getting this passive income when you work 2 hours a day, because everyone in America is going to be needing it because the interest rates and no one's income's increasing. So he has a whole like seminar just on this business.
That is a huge hook.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That is massive.
Such a good piece like to lead with. I love that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let everyone know.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Type it all.
No, you're totally fine. All right, you guys, I hope everybody has an awesome evening. Thank you for hopping on, and I will get this replay out probably tomorrow. I'm going to go get kiddos to bed. I need to pack for the cabin and all that stuff, but I will get this out to you guys, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.